It's Dave from Blackbird Cycles. We're getting ready to do some airbrushing today. Getting ready to cut some stencils. Vinyl cutter using Vinyl Master software. This is where I make all my stencils from. And we'll be back to you in just a little bit. Go square, we're recording. This is Dave from Blackbird Cycles. We'll be doing a little airbrushing today on a Honda Stateline. They made this stencil a little more pliable. Because anytime you're going over a rounded area, so you can see we get some wrinkles. This I put on just to rough in an outline. Once I get the outline roughed into this, then we peel the mask off and I work from there freehand most of the time. Kind of mask most of this off because spraying silver, and that silver flake will settle on everything. Okay, time to mix up some paint. So what I'm doing here is just laying in some silver. Over this black. The last two things I'll take out will be the eye sockets, inner part of the nose, Yeah, it's one of them days. It's shaking like a crack baby. Man, it's got warm in here. I'm gonna turn the fan on just to get some air moving. Do a little more. This is kind of back shading. I don't like all this stuff super dark. So when I get to hard lines now, and then when I do this next spray on this, it's going to come out as a kind of a shaded spot instead of such a hard line. Then when I do all the detail work in it freehand, it just adds to it. And like I always tell everybody, when you're using this vinyl mask, make sure you get it all off. This stuff is a nightmare to fix after you've got everything cleared and you start to buff it and you realize that there's a piece of yellow. So you want to make sure that you get all this stuff cleaned off. Starts to dull out on you a little bit, but when you get it clear and you go in with the detail, it makes a big difference. So let's see where we're at right now. At least a little bit of overspray here and there from where this vinyl mask wouldn't stick down all the way, but we'll take care of that with some water and 1000 grit in a minute. Plus, it's going to get a little bit of airbrushing around it, a little bit of freehand around it anyway, so a lot of that stuff will get buried in the way. What I'm doing is just laying some color around this because I'm going to come in with black and do all the shading. I got the fan running, so we'll have to talk up a little bit. What I'm doing here is adding a little bit to the back shading. Give this background a little depth. Trying to decide if we're going to put any color on this or if we're going to leave it straight silver. I've got a really cool green. Might have to do some of that on it. I know it doesn't look like too much yet. Once we get the eyes pulled out, some stuff like that. Cracks in this still. see what we got. Well, I really want to see some color on this. Not much, just a little bit. I'm gonna make a phone call to the guy that I'm doing this and see what he thinks. Okay, so I got some olive green pearl that I want to put on this. We don't want a bunch. We don't want to kill all the silver. We're just going to use that olive green pearl to shade some of the areas and kick them back. What this is going to do is just add a lot of gold metal flakes to the outer edge of this. It won't take a lot of the silver away, but it will, once the clears on this, it'll make a big difference. Here in a minute, we'll take some water and pour over this and basically give you an idea. I think that's plenty. We don't want to overdo it or we'll be redoing it. So zoom in on that a little bit. It doesn't look like much right now, but once that clear hits everything, all that gold pearl will start jumping out at you. So we're onto the back fender now. I'll make sure I get those teeth real bright. It's still a little wet. I'm being careful not to touch it. Excuse me. Dark. Put a bullet hole in his head. Put some green on him. The only room on this fender was just under the tail light, really, that's going to show. So we're just doing something a little simple there. Pieces of mask off. We need just a little black to separate those bones. Oops. Better let that dry. I got something going on here. Well, by the time I walk away, I think where something might need it. Tone down those teeth just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so this is Dave from Iron Blackbird Cycles. I didn't get to be honest, I got started and forgot to film. But we're into starting on the skull right now. And what I'm doing is peeling out some of the mask and airbrushing along as I go. The pieces that I know are going to be pretty bright first. And mostly the white part of the skull is what we want to get in here now. We gotta be careful. I'm gonna lay in some of this right now. Okay. So we're looking pretty good there. Now we'll be coming back in with some black, doing some shading. Then this gets a green that's going to go over it as well. Not over the whole thing. We just want to tint it a little bit. Some of these things are going to be left till the very end because I want those black, like in between here. We left that black. Want to be doing the same thing up here. And hopefully in a little while we can take the whole... What I'm doing right now is just putting some cracks in the skull, certain places. I'm going to put a little shading over it. It'll really show up a lot better this way. I think we're pretty close to putting the green in here. After I do a little bit of shading, we're going to put the green on. And then we'll peel the whole thing. You'll get to see the whole thing. So give me just a little bit and we'll be back with you. Okay, so we're pretty close to peeling this. I gotta get some green mixed up. We're gonna put some green over this. After that, we'll be pretty close to peeling this. I know it's not looking like much just yet. It's hard to tell on camera as well. But we're fixing to put a little bit of color on this and then we'll peel it and it'll all make sense. Well, it's been one of them days, keep forgetting to turn the camera on. Okay. Doesn't look like I got a lot of color on there. I'm sorry about the angle in here. Everything's kind of Being a little difficult today. Give me just a second and I'll try to turn this around. Okay, so we are going to peel the last few bits of mask, check over everything, make sure everything's right. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Well, we might peel it today. And of course, I'm filming today, so the government decides to mow all the highways today. Isn't that nice? So you can hear all that racket going on. I'm sure this is making a lot more sense to you at this point. My main concern is making sure I get all the mask off, because if there's any mask left on this thing, I won't find it until after I clear inevitably, which means that then I got to prepare a spot, which I'm always careful to try to not do that, but well. Okay. And in here, a few minutes, we'll address some overspray. It's not bad, but I could be a lot more careful, but I know what I'm going to be doing to this after the fact, which really won't make too much difference. Okay. We're not doing too much around this. We just want to dust in a little bit around everything. What this allows me to do is a little bit of this overspray will float around and put some of this on top of this tank just to get a little bit of a sparkle in the sunlight, if you know what I mean. That's good for the silver. Put a little green on top of that. Just tone it down a little bit. Now, it doesn't look like much is going on here, but once the clear hits this, it's a whole different ball game. Once the clear hits this, it will look a lot different. And when I put the whole video together, it'll have all the other stuff in there. Dave from Iron Blackbird Cycles. We are now under clear. Let's see if I can knock something off here in the floor so I can get to redo it. This is on a Honda Stateline. Sorry about being upside down, but that's the only way I can paint them and get the bottoms good. So this is a Honda Stateline custom paint job for a fella. He's got bags and we did a little bit of airbrushing for him. Y'all make sure you like and subscribe and send me a message if you need anything painted.